Hello students, today we are going to start with a new chapter, Light, Shadows and Reflection, and in this module we are going to study about light and its characteristics. So first I want to ask a question from Ashish. Ashish, tell me one thing, that how do we see things around us?
Through our eyes.
Yes, he is absolutely right. Because of eyes, we are able to see beautiful things around us. But my question is, what if I'm sitting in a room, the room is totally dark, there is not even a single ray of light in that room and my eyes are open? Will I be able to see things around me? No, I won't be able to see. It means eyes are necessary, but still light is required. We need light to see things around us. So now let us define what is light. Light is a form of energy which makes us see objects around us. Light is a form of energy which creates sensation of sight. So this is about light. Now we will investigate that how do we see. For example, Megha is sitting in front of me and there is a source of light bulb. From that bulb, light rays are coming out, that bulb is emitting light and the light rays are falling on Megha. Now what will happen? Those light rays will be reflected. Those light rays will be bounced back and these light rays will enter in my eyes and then only I'll be able to see Megha. So basically what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say that when we see an object, actually that object is reflecting the light and that light is entering in our eye, and this is how we are able to see. Let us take an example and look at the screen. You can see that it is having a beautiful flower. A beautiful flower is there and there is a source of light, and the light rays from the source of light are falling on the flower. The flower is bouncing back the light rays into the eyes of a boy, and this way only the boy is able to see the flower, and this is how we see flower. Now what is that reflection? The reflection is the bouncing back of light from the surface of an object. I told you about source of light. In the previous example, I told you that bulb is the source of light. Now we are going to discuss about some more sources of light. The objects which emit light are known as sources of light. For example, your sun. Sun is the main and ultimate source of light. Your bulb is a source of light. Tube lights, torch, and the fireflies, jugnus, they are also the sources of light. I want to ask a question from Prabhas now. Prabhas, tell me, is moon a source of light?
Yes, ma'am.
No, moon is not a source of light. Actually, moon is not having its own light. So what happens? When the light rays of sun falls on the moon reflects sunlight and we feel that this is the light of moon. So it means that moon does not emit light, and this is the reason moon is known as non-luminous object. Now what are luminous objects? The objects which produce their own light are known as luminous object. For example, your fireflies, your candle, your bulb, your torch. These are luminous objects, and the objects which do not emit light are known as non-luminous object. For example, your chair, your table, your books, they do not emit light. And moon is also a non-luminous object because it do not emit its own light. Actually, that is the light of sun which we see. So, this was about light, luminous and non-luminous objects. We have three types of objects: transparent, translucent and opaque. When a light passes through an object, then that object is known as transparent object because we are able to see through that object. For example, I have a glass in front of me. This glass, now I can see you through this glass, and this is a transparent object because light passes through this glass. Now we'll talk about translucent objects. In translucent objects, some of the light passes through and some of the light reflects back. And this is the reason we can see partially through the translucent objects. Now we have the third category, which is opaque. Opaque objects are those through which we cannot see because it reflects back all the light and not even a single ray of light passes through the opaque objects, and this is the reason we are not able to see through opaque objects. So, I hope that translucent, transparent and opaque things are clear to you guys, and now let us do an activity. I will show you some of the things and you will have to categorize in transparent, translucent and opaque objects. So, who is going to do this activity? Nisha. Nisha will do this activity. Nisha, I am going to show you some of the objects and tell me whether it is transparent, translucent or opaque. First, I have this cup. Tell me, this is opaque, transparent or translucent?
Opaque.
Yes, this is opaque. Now, this glass. Tell me, this glass is transparent, translucent or opaque?
Transparent.
Yes, this is transparent because we can see through this glass. Then we have this spoon. This is
Transparent.
Yes, this is transparent again. So, in this module, we studied about light, about reflection, about luminous, non-luminous and transparent, translucent and opaque objects. In the next module, we study about this chapter in detail. Thank you.
In this module, you have learnt light is a form of energy which helps us to see objects. Bouncing back of light from the surface of an object is called reflection. Objects may be luminous or non-luminous. Luminous objects emit their own light. Non-luminous objects do not have their own light. On the basis of amount of light passing through objects, they are classified as transparent, translucent and opaque. Transparent objects allow the light to pass through them completely. Translucent objects allow the light to pass through them partially. Opaque objects do not allow the light to pass through them.